All right, thank you for joining. So today I wanted to take a look at STRK USDT on the Bybit chart, Starknet. And as you can see with this chart, after the massive sell-off, and after we got a nice little sell-off from Bitcoin too as well, Starknet actually tapped a very important support level. This was the value area low. We also had a previous daily level right around here. It bounced off that level pretty well. Didn't really sweep too much liquidity, so it's almost like an unfinished bottom, right? No liquidity really got swept. So I would like to see this project come back down, take some liquidity, reclaim this daily value area low one more time before moving a little bit higher, all right? But if we don't get that back test, no problem, because as you can see, we do currently have a slight change in market structure, right? Not fully confirmed yet, because as you can see, this was a lower high, lower high, lower high, and this was in fact a lower high too as well, which probably bounced off the 786, that yellow line right there, right? So it looks like it's bouncing one more time, like it wants to continue a little bit higher, which is pretty interesting because as you can see, there was a massive volume spike right here, around $8.5 million. That's where this candle came into play. Sold off, then we got a nice little volume spike again, positive volume spike one more time. And it seems like it's kind of doing the same thing here, right? Massive volume spike, about $8.6 million came in. Sold off a little bit, and looks like it wants to continue the pump to retest this value area high. And typically, way how this works, the rotations is once you get acceptance right back into the value area low, typically you can then start to aim for the value area high. And the way how this is looking, currently trading above the point of control on the 4-hour time frame, which closes in about 1 hour, I would expect to see prices continue to climb about 16% to the value area high, possibly also touching this weekly level too as well, which is untapped, right? So if we were to go out to the monthly, no real monthly levels, weekly, we do have a weekly level here, as you can see, and there is actually a weekly level here, but that has already been tapped, so we can go ahead and delete that. Let's go ahead and look at the daily level as well. We do have a daily level lining up right around $2.63. And what's also nice about this is that obviously this was a pivot high, so you also have a swing failure level right above it, right? So this is a very good play. I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert right there because if we don't get a strong breakthrough on a reclaim of this level, then I would be expecting price to go up, sweep the liquidity, come back down, back test this as resistance, and either bounce off here and continue higher or come back into the range, right? And the way how Bitcoin is looking right now, a little bit bearish, I would be pretty surprised if we don't get this rejection in the next month or two, right? Pretty much in like the next month. So Starknet, as we can see, semi-bullish. We really want to see a higher high come in here. I would love to see this kind of play out. A higher high, maybe test this level, come back down, form a higher low, and then go back towards the top, breaking through that, tapping the weekly, tapping the value area high, break above that, and continue a little bit higher. Because as you can see as well, right here is support, right? So that is your supply zone, right, at this moment. So once we flip this level into support, then I would be looking at this high right here to then be the next target. This is currently arranged. I was broken through. This is also arranged too as well. As you can see, support, 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 broke out. Kind of back tested as resistance. Not really, but it is resistance, as you can see here, right around the point of control, right? So that is also support and resistance, and we are now trading above that support, right? So this is let's see here. that is a 17-16% range that we're trading in. So I would be looking at higher prices to come. Like I said before, targeting the value area high. We had a nice little sell-off. It found support. A lot of buyers came in, and we're now back within this range. And we're at the bottom of the range. So great time to get in. Obviously not financial advice. We'll see how this all plays out. But at the moment, I am liking the way how this is looking, especially since, you know, the sellers couldn't push it any lower. And it has reclaimed a pretty local important level. And yeah, I would be looking for higher prices to come. Next target, $2.26. We flipped that. Next target would be $2.67. Okay. Remember to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I'm at 115 subscribers. Would love to get to 200. Obviously, the goal is 500, but you know, just like on trading, we focus on the levels. Right now, I am in the level 100 subscriber range. Let's try to get me to 200, and we just work our way up from there. Remember to join the free Telegram where I do a lot of calls. Subscribe and like this YouTube channel, like the video. As you can see, this was an interesting one I pointed out earlier, right? So we had Bitcoin had a nice little sell-off. It swept the lows, this 4-hour low right here, closed above the low. And, you know, in my opinion, once we had that close above the low, I was saying to the chat that, you know, there is a daily level right above it. We could get a rejection and come back lower. But until then, we most likely will get a little bit of a pump in from Bitcoin. So I went right ahead, looked at some altcoins. Blur stood out to me. There was a nice little pivot low here, swept it, swept the daily, swept this pivot low, closed right back above it. It's pretty bullish confirmation to me, right? Little confluence, daily level, swing failure level, and a 4-hour close above the support, right? So as that played out, entered the trade, went long, 5x, exited at 56. So I moved my stop. Actually, I exited. Enter was at 56 cents. That was the current price. That's where I took profits. Exited about 70% of the position. Left the rest to ride. And then, you know, I got stopped out because I moved my stop to entry, which is always very good risk management. So that was a decent trade. This one I did not take, but I did call out on my page as well. Same exact setup. Bitcoin closed above. Binance did the same thing, just like Blur. And then as you can see, you had a nice little 4% pump right afterwards. So if you were following me on X or in the Telegram, you would have seen that call out. Also, a few days ago, I did a video on Aptos, and I also posted about this. And as you can see with Aptos here, we had it was just looking very strong. You know, it reclaimed the weekly level, which was a previously tapped level. It's just been trading above this level. Buyers keep coming in. They do not want price to go lower. And in the end, what ended up happening here, as you can see, a very nice climb to the monthly level, which it was just about to tap. And then let me just go ahead and show you exactly what Aptos did, right? Where did it tap to the exact penny? The high, $16.74. 16.7445. So it front ran that by 0.0001, I guess, pennies, right? But that's pretty much a tap. That's a tap to the penny. And then massive sell-off followed. So you know, even if I was to set an alert on this, it wouldn't have went off. But if you were paying attention, you probably could have ended up getting a little short trade, 10% down. If you're in a trade all the way back to the support, the weekly support, which to be honest, I think will get tapped the way how Bitcoin is looking right now, you're looking at a 25% gain from the top, right? Yeah, I wouldn't enter a short right now on Aptos. It's basically right at support. What you can do if you really wanted to is go ahead and pull some levels just to see where things line up. Golden pocket lining up with this pivot high right here. So yeah, I would expect to see Aptos come up into this level, sweep that high, come back down, and aim lower, right? So yeah, that's it with Aptos. Yeah, like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment below with any project that you'd like to see me chart. And yeah, I post updates pretty regularly. And if you want to be on the right side of this bull run, I know I don't have too many followers, but to be honest, that's just more alpha for you, right? More personal one-on-ones. If you have any questions, jump in the Telegram. Actually, you can't even ask questions in there. It's just a post kind of Telegram. But leave comments in the video below. Thank you for watching. I am keeping an eye on Starknet. Might enter along very soon, to be honest, because I just like the way how this is currently trading. Right at that support. Pretty decent entry in my eyes. Stop loss would be below this wick, about 5% away, so you have to manage your position size. Yeah, never risk more than 1 to 2% of your account on any trade. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day and night, and like and subscribe. Take care.